We go under the snow with Avalanche Rescue Pros. Phil Lindemann with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93. First, we are 2 months out from another summer of roadwork on Highway 9 through Frisco. Grant Johnson with CDOT.
The reconstruction of the Main Street signal with Highway 9 is going to be very difficult. It's going to be a great improvement once we're done, but that intersection is very congested.
Work starts in May and runs through October with a new roundabout at 8th Avenue and redesign of the entire Main Street intersection.
Main Street's going to be a bit of a mess, and there's just no two ways around it in reconstructing a whole intersection like that.
Work will include removing the southbound turn lane onto Main Street, making it safer for pedestrians.
That right turn lane from southbound to Main is a relic that doesn't meet current design standards.
This 6-month project is a major reason that 2 of 7 council members do not want to close Main Street to cars this summer. Search and rescue pros from 6 agencies met on Vail Pass today for a mock avalanche rescue. Team leader Chris Johnson on Vail Mountain Rescue.
My job will be to get our team in safely, to assess the avalanche hazard, to then get to the avalanche, see how many people we think we have buried, and then do our best to uncover them as quickly and safely as possible.
The odds are admittedly stacked against victims and rescuers. Dale Atkins with Alpine Rescue Team.
We know that even though the statistics are not in the favor of survival of a buried avalanche victim, that there are some lucky victims that do survive.
Today's scenario shows how dozens of moving parts combine to save lives. Local Avidog handler Doug Lesh says his pup, Kina, is one of many tools for rescue.
We've got beacons, we've got Recco, we have probe lines, and we have dogs. And they're one of the many tools that SAR teams have at their disposal to help solve the problem and locate people.
Rescuers agreed the best tool is education and awareness before disaster strikes. Jake with the National Mountain Rescue Association.
We're your neighbors. We're all volunteers. Nobody here is paid to be here. We want to be here. If you are in a situation where you need a mountain rescue team to come and get you, that means that those people are being pulled away from jobs, lives, and families. So while we love what we do, we'd rather not see you if we don't have to.
See the Krystal 93 Facebook page for footage from today's demonstration. Avalanche forecasters warn of rapidly changing conditions this weekend, with heavy snow expected Friday night through Sunday. On this week's Commissioner Roundtable, workforce housing and mental health are big priorities for the Board of County Commissioners because solutions to both keep locals right here where they belong.
For business owners, not having enough housing means you don't have enough employees. And without employees, it is very difficult for a business to be successful.
That was Commissioner Tamara Pogue. Council spent hours discussing both issues this week, including the housing hardships Pogue sees firsthand every day.
When I run in the morning, not a day goes by where I don't run past folks that are living in their vehicles.
She says the need for housing will only get worse in 5 years if Summit doesn't get proactive with construction and partnerships.
The more ways that we can find to work with our business community on strategies that help them house their employees, the more successful we're going to be overall.
Pogue believes that housing and mental health go hand in hand.
We all know people in our community that are struggling to find housing that is safe, let alone affordable.
The Care Clinic, Women's Recovery Center, and Mind Springs have new programs for locals, including for substance abuse.
A lot of folks don't realize that you can now get care for substance use disorder in our county. Whereas 5 years ago, for example, you did have to go to Denver for this kind of treatment.
Summit has also been moving the needle on mental health crises, taking handcuffs out of the equation.
Representative McCluskey has been a tireless advocate for the co-responder model, as has our sheriff. And we are doing some really incredibly innovative things in Summit County in this space, but these programs do take money. And so we really need the state to help us fund them.
Luckily, in Summit, local voters put their money where their problems are, with annual tax funding for housing and mental health. The Dillon Ice Melt device is out on Lake Dillon, delivered by Summit Sheriff's deputies earlier today. The Ice Melt contest is open now. Send your guess to the Rotary Club, predicting the time and date the device falls through the ice. Winner gets $4,000. Details at DillonIceMelt.com. In sports, today is opening day of the Pac-12 basketball tournament. The CU Buffs play California at 9:30 on ESPN. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, today was opening day of the State Alpine Ski Championships with the Summit High boys team racing at Loveland, where sophomore Michael Cheek was fastest on the slalom course in 11th overall. Jack Hodge was fastest for giant slalom in 26th. Racing continues tomorrow with girls slalom and GS. The Loveland Masters program was racing GS on home snow yesterday, where they dominated the top 5, claiming 7 of 10 spots after 2 races. Loveland skier Matt Johnson took first place in the opening race. Brock Thompson, John Rice, Sheehan Huda all earned podiums. Loveland Masters is racing parallel slalom today at Eldora, where Rice and Huda are again in the top 5. Copper's Franz Fuchsberger is in third. Phil Lindemann with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93.